is Old School Essentials, the further adventures of the Thunderous Fury, session 22. Time for a recap, which Brendan and our new player Wesley have not heard. You are part of a pirate group. I don't really use that term very loosely. You guys ended up working with Thaddeus O'Keefe, who was a pirate, and you did some job where you ended up stealing a ship from the Ape Empire. The apes are the predominant ruling race in this world. And then you headed to a place called Mid Mountain. It is winter, where you hung out for about 2 months and had the ship kind of retrofitted and changed so it wouldn't be obvious that it was the stolen ship, and hung out with an individual named Gage Silverleaf, Silver Arm, who used to be part of Thaddeus' crew, but he's kind of retired and he's in charge. He just lets anybody kind of show up and he gives you guys cover. After you did various different adventures there, members of the crew were hired and deceased. Others went out and looked for more recruits. You left after Gage Silverarm kind of got tired of your presence. And you did end up with 2 ships, and he took one of them as payment. I believe that was one the Bessex brothers had.
Yeah.
But it was one that, for some of the players who do not know this, is there's some hobgoblins who lay claim to that ship. So I'm sure that will work out well for Gage Silverarm. You got on the ship, you headed out and realized that the ale, I believe, had wood shavings in it, and they had packed mead or something. It was whiskey that had kind of a chalky taste. Anyway, there was no water that was put on the ship for this journey, so you stopped on an island to find fresh water. A few missions went out. Some folks ended up not returning. Some NPCs headed out with Basil and Zofan. So some people were not eager to go with them. As you headed back to the island, you discovered that the water was flowing backwards. It was kind of a reverse waterfall. It was coming up through the ground and out onto the island. You investigated that, found out that it headed towards the Underdark. There's a missing geologist that has gone lost, and the Bessex brothers ran into an individual they named Pincher, he's got pinkish skin, he's got big bulging eyes, got light blue splotches on his face. He's like chameleon-like, and you had gotten him the session where you defeated the ogres at the bridge. As Brendan tries to recall this.
Yeah, I was there for that. Yeah, that was cool.
And Pincher is currently under tutelage of Basil and Ethics.
Nice.
To become a champion arm wrestler. So they've set up a gym in the ship, like a makeshift gym in one of the corners, with some barrels and some makeshift weights and barbells that they do training at.
And the statue of an old person as well, an old character.
Oh yeah, one of the NPCs, Roland, Silas, got turned into a copper statue. He was bit by a copper spider.
Yeah, and he acts now as a weight for training.
So Zofan and a new recruit named Humphrey and another new recruit named Pilaf, I believe, right?
Yep, Pilaf.
Were in the Underdark, and they met up with an individual named Et, who rode on a giant catfish named Gilbert. And they knew kind of where this Accursed Temple was that was supposed to have these crystals, and where the missing geologist could be. But first, they wanted this wizard's tower removed because it's draining all the water, and that's a big problem for Gilbert, who's a giant catfish. So these three individuals went over there and managed. Oh, Lana, the NPC, was supposed to help her, and she fell down the falls there, which they have aptly named Lana Falls, and died. She did not make it to the rest of the session. So they went, and Zofan was almost killed by a giant toad, but survived. But they did make it to the tower that was surrounded by acid and had zombies moving in it. It had a big giant head. And it was actually casting a spell the whole time. It was continually casting controlled water, and that was what was sending the water out. So they managed to take that down. The tower collapsed. Unfortunately, Humphrey did not make the jump off the tower and landed into the acid and burned up. The only thing surviving was actually tried to pole vault. The only thing surviving was the strange jar that had some teeth in it that was speaking the controlled water spell. The pole vault itself, his 10-foot pole, and a strange bell that he had found, which was given to his next character, which probably will join you at some point. Then Ox, who is the captain of this ship, who you rarely see. He kind of hides in his room on the ship, and he's always cloaked up, sent another group of adventurers, and that would be Pilaf, Olga, and a cleric whose name escapes me right now. But has the ability to change water into wine. Went into the Accursed Temple. They went into a pool that had a bunch of monkeys. The cleric turned the water to wine, and the monkeys became drunken monkeys, and they passed out. They managed to swim into the water, and they found a passage there. They ran into some weird occultists. Now, you've heard that there's some people down here that worship the faceless god, but it was some guy who was like bloated and black, and and when they killed him, as Olga had died, but when they report back to you guys, they explode. But they managed to kill them, and they drink some kind of weird undulating potion, and that what kind of changes their whole body, and they become these black bloated mass, ugly looking creatures, probably part of this cult. They left that area and then they knocked down a wall, because there's outside where this pool is, there's a large wall that kind of is like violet and blue, and it kind of pulsates. They report that I think it was Olga did not feel very comfortable around it. They managed to knock the wall around it as Faustus joined the group. And they went into this large cavern that had a bunch of crystals. They were getting some of the crystals out. They ended up fighting some kind of skeleton that had some sort of jelly on it. They killed that. Ended up, I forget what else they fought, but the last thing they heard was another one of these skeletons came out and told them to stop because they would wake up the dream dragon. So Ox has called all of you, you're all part of the ship, together, as he's going to send in another group to go further into the Accursed Temple.
So that the first group went in and came out, reported. Yeah. They reported. Mm-hmm. They did initial scouting, and now we're okay.
Felix, give me just go online. You might be able to Google a D22. I need a D22 roll.
A D22 roll. All right.
Yeah.
8.
Very good.
Looking great.
So on the ship is a priest known as a ghost priest. They apparently speak with spirits of the dead, various spirits. They're supposed to be the same individual who's died all over, who's lived so many different lives and died in different planes and universes. His name is Pujari. He's very gaunt. He also has some sort of colored swatch that he has stuck to his forehead, probably given by Zofan, because Zofan is part of the Guild of Many Colors. He wears white face paint. He just kind of sits and meditates a lot, and he's got some kind of incense burning all the time. But he hands everybody a card when they come onto the ship, and you would have gotten a card. You got the Chariot. So it's some kind of man, and he is riding on something that one looks like he's being pulled by, one looks like a headless monkey, and the other one looks like a blob, to best describe it. And these are the two things at the front. Is this person is in the back, like whatever these two things are pushing and moving his chariot. Some people don't. You've heard the rumor that when people die, the card will appear and it will be the death card.
Okay.
So Ox has gathered everybody together for this next trip, and he has figured that the Bessex brothers probably are best suited, and he is going to send Felix with them because he's new, and what better way to be taken care of than to go with the Bessex brothers. He's holding Pincher back because he doesn't want Pincher to get injured. Pincher is allegedly from this area, somewhere in the Accursed Temple. He says that there is more of his kind in here. There was he mentioned some kind of revolt that failed, and that's why he left, and he's been gone about a year, you would guess. So they escort you to the island. It's about 1,000-foot drop, but there's all these series of ropes on Lana Falls, so nobody does fall. And you guys all climb down, no checks required. You come out at the bottom. You can see that the falls, at one point you heard that they were rushing a lot, but now it's about 50% of what it used to be. And it's all rocky. There is what looks like a land bridge, but it's broken off, and it's only like half of it. It leads out into the water. And you can see the very tips of maybe a few spires of houses. And it is very dark, only for algae, some kind of algae or something, or fungus that grows that lights up. You're greeted with a meal of some ale and wine and frog meat. There seems to be an abundance of it they've been eating on, because when the toad was killed, it was 250 pounds of toad. So there's no issue with rations at this point. But
unless you get sick of frogs.
True. So you guys have all your gear. Ox is there with a few of the other members of the Thunderous Fury.
Has Ox revealed himself, or is
no?
he's
he's always cloaked up, and you can just see the whites of his eyes as he kind of looks. He's ushered around by Furious George, who is an ape. He befriended an ape in one of the early episodes when they first took the ship. But he is there waiting, as Et and Gilbert are going to take you to the entrance of the Accursed Temple, and you've been given directions on like where to go. And that's going to be in a couple hours. So if you want to make your plans, or if you need any kind of equipment or whatever, you can do that now.
Day number 1, Felix. Welcome. What's your win streak so far in arm wrestling?
It's a good question, brother.
I haven't won in a while, but sometimes you have to know when to lose them.
Lose?
The goal is to never lose.
Yeah.
What's your training regimen like?
Standard cardio, Also, some standard weightlifting day to day. You know, you want to make sure you're not weak. So lift some heavy stones a few times a day. Some body workouts, some push-ups.
That's a good start.
Yeah, it's a really good idea. Lifting rocks, that's like number one.
I don't think we have rocks on the ship, brother.
What? Yeah, I've only got these little rocks, and I show one of like the Percival rocks. Yeah, they're not really that heavy anymore, you know.
I think we've outgrown these rocks. Our arms have just gotten more massive.
Well, these rocks are probably too small for you. And I hold up out of one of the bags that I have a few marbles. These are probably child's play to you these days.
Are those your training rocks?
No. I won them off of a bet one time.
Are they worth money?
I suspect. Mostly it's just a interesting way to pass the time.
Oh.
And sometimes make some money.
I thought you just trained to pass the time. I never thought about doing anything else.
I remember there was this one guy, and he spent all his time trying to crush one of those marbles. That looked pretty entertaining. Maybe you should try that.
That's a good idea, brother.
Here's one to try, and I hand him one of the marbles from the bag. You can practice with this one.
Oh, thanks. Like, hey, Badly, you may have to help me with this one because I can't really get it in both my arms. So you wanna?
And we can like try to like just crush it.
Yeah, crush it together.
Yeah. And I imagine we would try for a good 10 minutes. Before we realize that it's going to take more training to get to that level.
Thanks, Felix, for the new training equipment.
Yeah. Would you like your own, Basil?
Yeah. It's going to be tough to share all the time.
I'll pass him one. I'll dig around for a moment until I find a cat's eye and give it to him.
Okay.
And I take it and like start like trying to press it between each of my fingers to improve grip strength. What does Felix look like?
So he is slightly on the shorter side, about 5'7", but generally decently well built, like decent muscle definition through like upper and lower body. Wears chainmail over a leather jerkin, and carries a sword that looks well used, but also well cared for, and has a close cropped haircut of jet black hair.
Nice. Basil has fairly skinny legs, wears kind of dirty woolen trousers and a dirty kind of white stained shirt that's kind of ripped into the sleeves are ripped off, and his left arm is normal size and the right arm is very massive.
Nice.
Or it's much larger in comparison.
Ethics is like a shabby man who has like a scraggly beard and like a ripped sleeve leather kind of chest kind of thing going on, and he's balding, and he has one really large left arm and one sort of normal right arm, and his legs, yeah, they're pretty small as well. He doesn't do cardio, you can tell.
So, Ox, sounds like there's some cultists that need to be dealt with.
And he as he looks and kind of turns away from the light, so you can just see the shadow of it. You know, his face is mostly shadow. Yeah, you need to find that geologist. We've read some of her writings that we found in one of the caves up there. I think she belongs to a prominent family. That could be a good payday for us, especially if you find and those crystals too.
That sounds good. Those crystals will be key in securing our tournament, funding our tournament entrance fees.
I don't know what to make of this dream dragon, though.
Hopefully it sleeps.
You'll never know what hit him.
Did we fight the, was Basil and Ethics? Yeah, that was like, we fought well, we didn't really fight it. We ran away from, we ran away from the dragon-like creature.
Yeah. No, that was, that was considered a fight. We thought of a very good way to handle it.
Oh, wasn't it that blizzard which breathed fire or something? Yeah. We stole its eggs.
It's been a while since we've seen a dragon brother. Hopefully it goes as smoothly as last time. But we're stronger now, so I think it'll be even easier.
I think so, brother.
Dragons
We
don't
wouldn't have to
train.
run anymore.
Yeah.
Have you ever arm wrestled a dragon?
Whoa.
I've never even considered it.
Would you like wrestle one of its arms or its wing? I'm not sure. Maybe both. You take its arms and I'll take its wings, brother.
I think we could do this. And good thinking, Felix. We're on the hunt for a new manager. You know, if things work out, you know, maybe there's a role for you as manager of the Bessex brothers.
I'm sure I can count your coin.
Yeah, and secure tournament entrances and.
Yeah, because I can't count very high.
I'm sure you can count high enough, Ethics.
He just looks at his fingers confused.
Don't forget to use the toes.
Whoa. You're so smart. You've been working out that head muscle so much. What's your workout routine for your head muscle? Do you like put those weights around your neck and go like this a lot?
Don't think it works that way, Ethics, but I hadn't considered it before, so maybe I'll give it a try.
This is great. I like how we're all giving each other ideas. So this dream dragon, do we know what has he ever heard of a dream dragon?
Y'all can make intelligence roll. So roll d20, whatever your intelligence score is, you want to roll under that.
I pass. I got a 2.
I got a 5, so not much for me.
So what's your intelligence?
My int is 10.
Yeah, so yeah, with OSC you want to roll under, so that's good.
Oh, okay.
All right, 2. What about?
I failed. Yeah.
So both of you have heard the So when they talk about the Underdark and the flooding of the Underdark happened with some kind of cataclysm event that happened 260 years ago. There have been rumors and legends of why it happened, but part of that was different planes sort of shifted and came into existence, and a dream dragon sounds like probably something from the Feywild. It's probably not supposed to be here.
I've never seen anything from the Feywild before. This could be our toughest challenge yet, brother.
I have no idea where that is. It should be fine.
Will surely be the strangest challenge yet.
Have you heard of the Feywild, Felix? You seem to be well versed about such things.
I just got an 11, so I don't know what that bodes for my knowledge of the Feywild.
I'll let you decide how much you know.
I know that it exists and that it is an odd place with odd beings, but beyond that, not much. They like to play tricks, some of them.
Do they have arms? Can we arm wrestle them?
I think most of them have arms, but don't hold that against me.
Yes. We're gonna beat them, brother.
They were not going to stand a chance. This
Oh.
could be our. I mean, this could be our grand debut into the Underdark Cup, and with a lead up to the Feywild tournament.
We have like a whole land of people to beat. This is gonna be great.
You know, every day my aspirations get wider.
One day, brother, you're gonna get that porcelain prince or porcelain throne.
The Commodious.
The commodious.
First class.
The first class, the Commodious first class.
Yep.
And I'm gonna get them hot mamas that I saw in that poster all those years ago.
You can have them, brother. The only hot mama I need is the Commodious first class.
It's good to have dreams and aspirations.
What do you want, Felix?
Hmm.
Besides also rising to fame and renown in the arm wrestling circuit.
I would argue life is best if it's pleasant with bouts of adventure.
Yes. Basil just kind of looks off confused.
Barring that, a giant stack of gold.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's good.
Basil like just like he like pats his belt loop. I hear that. We're having a hot meal and prepping for venturing to the doors of the Accursed Temple. So we're in that underground lake area.
Yeah,
Building
Ox
character-
has listened to this discussion and decided to add 2 more people to this journey since he doesn't feel very confident.
Little faith in us.
Yeah, we're building like character before we kill each all get killed off, you know.
More bodies, throw more bodies at it.
So Ox comes over and he leads 2 other individuals, Pilaf, I believe, and what's your other character's name? Oglom? What's your character's name, Russell?
Oglom.
Oglom.
Oglom Wilberforce.
He leads these two, so and he mentions that Pilaf has been on this trek already once, so he wanted somebody who at least has gone this way and kind of knows, what had happened about these strange cultists that explode when you kill them.
Wait a minute, I didn't hear that. The cultists explode when you kill them?
Yeah. So you guys had taken the tower down, and there was another group that went in and ventured into a few of the rooms. Pilaf was with that group. Olga did not make it back.
Olga definitely did not make it back.
So if you want to give a quick description of your characters as you guys come up to the group, that'd be great.
My guy is, as far as equipment, leather shield, quarterstaff, dagger at his side. He looks like an outdoorsman. I mean, he's sunburned, he's sort of muddy, his hair is messed up. And he's just sort of hanging around there, like looking around and following whoever's leading there.
Okay. And I'm just a human druid walking in, pretty typical average human being, very clean cut, not unlike what I look like right now. I I look like I'm pretty confused why I'm walking in with somebody I've never met before. Just doing this number, like, where'd you come from, kind of thing.
Oh, I should say I'm a druid, I guess. I'll basically say, hi, I'm Oglom. I'm a druid.
Oh, you're a druid too. So am I.
Oglom gives you this strange look, like, do I trust this guy? We're looking you up and down. Okay, fellow druid. Okay.
I kind of do the same too. Like after you see, do I trust this guy? I'm like doing the sizing up kind of look,
Okay.
But otherwise, I just
Get
I just kind of shake it off and just go, well, whatever. Another party member to the Underdark.
Hey,
More
Basil.
skill. More meat for the grinder. More meat for the grinder.
Are they
Exactly.
Are they technically brothers, Basil?
No. That would be funny though. Find out we're long lost blood brothers or something like that.
Yeah, we've got one disheveled pointing at Oglom, and then one clean cut and pointing at. I didn't get your character's name.
Oh, mine.
Yeah.
I'm Pilaf.
Pilaf, that's right. Pilaf.
And I'm doing this.
And yeah, and they're both druids. They must be brothers.
They must be.
Yeah, or maybe part of the same clan, although they're looking at each other strangely. So maybe they're part of warring clans, brother.
Oh,
We best be careful. We want to be caught in a turf war.
Yeah, this character might actually survive more than one hit. He's got 3 hit points.
did they get
Wow.
do they get separate bushes, or do they share the same bush and just like cut it in half?
Yes.
Good.
It's a both. It's a both.
Separate bushes? What?
That's what druids do. They play with bushes and stuff.
I mean, yeah, you have to mark your territory somehow.
A line of chalk down the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you ready? I have my hand is itching to punch some cultist face and to see what this Underdark Cup is all about.
Have you tried some of this frog protein, guys? And the frog over to Oglom, and then a little bit off to Pilaf.
It's good for you. You'll get nice and strong as like Basil like flexes his big arm.
And Pilaf is gonna try it. Just
It's very familiar. It's the giant toad that you killed.
oh, this tastes very familiar. Like almost as if I killed this thing before.
Do you eat everything you kill?
Yes. Otherwise, you're wasting meat. It's a circle of life, man.
It makes sense that a nature lover would leave no trace.
Yeah. Do you eat your own poop?
Only if
I agree. Eat what you kill, or give it to your family. That's all. That's nature's way too.
This is why they're warring, brother. You see?
Oh no, I have nothing against him. I was just confused why another druid brother was here.
We welcome all talents into the Thunderous Fury. Even people who aren't interested in arm wrestling, but know that they really want to be deep down inside.
Yeah.
Arm wrestling.
I'm here because I have never seen this Underdark thing before. I must see if it is truly natural, or rather it has been warped by its intelligent denizen.
As Ox watches this, you hear a noise. It sounds like something moving along the water, and you look out, and there's a small light. There it looks like an individual. This Pilaf would recognize this person as Et. He is holding a light for you, so you can see as he approaches, and he is standing on. It looks like he's like floating on the water, but as he gets closer, you realize he is riding on a giant catfish.
Ed, how's it going? Long time no see.
And he waves to you as Gilbert goes around and splashes a little bit in the water, and you guys get up on that broken like pedestrian bridge, which is they're kind of using as a makeshift dock. And Gilbert just kind of floats up, and he opens his mouth as Ed tells you guys to get inside, as he will take you to the entrance of the Accursed Temple.
Oh my god, again? I swear to you, I've already done this once before. I walk on, and I just like start like looking like I'm getting prepared to puke already. Just kind of like putting my arms over my stomach kind of thing. Just like,
yep.
Here we go.
Yes, and it smells just like you would expect the inside of a giant catfish's mouth. As he closes it and takes off, and you all can make con rolls.
Oh man, I thought I managed to succeed with a 14.
Wow.
17. I do not handle this well.
Yes, this is
15. I'm good.
Yeah, you, Felix, you're feeling kind of dizzy, just kind of like the smell, and then it feels like there's no air to breathe. It just feels awful. The trip feels like it lasts a lot longer than you would expect. And then you can feel yourself ascend, and you come up out of the water, and he opens his mouth, and that nice, a gulp of fresh air, Underdark air, as he leads you up to this, these like crooked stones or whatever that lead into this passage there are a few torches in here that seem to be burning still, just with a faint glow, as the last group had left a few torches to burn.
Yeah, you see these torches here? I'm the one that lit them.
Oh, so you're like our guide, so we sort of know what's going on here?
Sort of. I don't know how I got out of the cave though. That's kind of peculiar. Must have been some weird, random, strange magic. And so anyway, I start leading him like toward the same spot where we had those things that we had killed right outside of that monkey pool. I lead him.
Yeah, there was some. It looked like some sort of band of hobgoblins, but they looked like they hadn't eaten in a while, and then got lost down here or something. But the remains of them are scattered along this hallway as you guys walk down. As Olga's dire shrew had chowed on them. Pilaf shows you that the passage leads to the right. It descends and goes down, and you can actually hear the water. There was a little bit of water in this one room, but you can hear it now coming through in that room. But as you go straight, it goes up and then ascends down, and then into this room you can hear the splashing noises and the laughing cackles of these monkeys who are just jumping around and jumping in this pool that looks a little bit, it's tainted red. But as Pilaf would know, it once was all wine, but is subsequently beginning to change back to water. And they are jumping around. There's like a little waterfall that's falling, and to the right side of you is this pulsating wall of crystal. It's like indigo, and there's almost like some orange in it. And it looks like a short little retaining wall as the rest of the rock had fallen, and it's just this large cavern behind it. You can see stalagmites, stalactites, growing, and there's that algae and moss that are going to give off a little bit of light.
So like there's this wall of crystal, and like the wall around it has kind of fallen away.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, the whole like it was like a solid rock wall with just a little piece of it was crystal, but that wall just collapsed.
Gotcha. Okay.
Pete, you mentioned maybe getting my magic item and the infamous 10-foot pole back last time. Is that a given or?
Yeah. You were handed off by Ox as per instruction of Humphrey. You have a 10-foot pole. You have this strange bell and a jar that has some teeth in it that glows. I believe it glowed red.
And they say stuff every so often, right? The teeth. They did when they were in the set group. Yeah. You've had it. They've gone off at least one time. It speaks something for about 30 seconds and then it ends. Okay. So when they hand me this thing, I'll be looking at it like, okay. I get the pole bell, okay, but what the hell are the glowing teeth that say strange shit?
Are you a magic person?
Druids don't have druids. Technically, they're priests. They get their magic from their gods.
Yeah, it's very similar to the way clerics work. But
I'm
going to point out.
Like,
I'm going to point out real quick that I've been here before, and I'm going to show them. Hey, there's a tunnel that leads underneath this pool of wine that goes from one spot to another. which is there's another area over there. There's not much to be had over there. We've already cleared out that area. And then when we came back the other direction, we got attacked. And the last thing I remember is all of a sudden I'm coming back down again.
Yeah, once so Pilaf, once you remember, you defeated some kind of skeleton,
Mhm.
and then another skeleton appeared and told you to stop what you're doing because you wake the dream dragon. And that's when
Right.
you guys retreated and headed back to like the base camp where you met everybody else and reported back. And this is the next journey in.
Okay, so I'm gonna relay that to the
Yeah.
whole group.
I'm back a little bit. So Oglom's got like teeth, like talking teeth or something. Is that right?
Yeah, their teeth in like a jar. They look like dentures.
Okay.
And they
gotcha.
glow, I believe, red.
Okay. Fair enough. You could I guess you could like put them in your mouth like a mouth guard. You know, might protect your face.
It's an excellent idea, brother. That could like, if you get hit, it could like protect you. At least your
Yeah.
teeth. I don't want to think of where those teeth have been though.
In the jar.
Well, that's true. But like, where has the jar been?
Well, on Humphrey.
Yeah, I suppose it's probably fine.
Yeah, it's safe. Just put it in your mouth.
My character's viewpoint is these people are crazy, but this is obviously a dangerous artifact that needs to be destroyed. So he won't say that out loud, but he'll tuck it away and be looking for ways to destroy this, obviously dangerous artifact. Or pawn it off on somebody as the teeth of Vecna. If you guys want to laugh, search online. It's really easy. Head of Vecna story. The very short version is one group managed to convince another group that yes, there was such a thing as the head of Vecna, and the other group
Yeah.
actually cut off a couple of their characters' heads to try to attach the head of Vecna to their bodies. I didn't make this up. It's online. Go
No,
search it when you have time.
That's a legit thing, and they've also made a reference to it. If you haven't seen it yet, Stranger Things season 4.
Nice. I haven't seen it.
So the monkeys are jumping around and swimming, and they seem to stop and like climb the walls of this this pool and this rocky area. There seems to be some kind of moss that they're eating. They take big clumps of this like lime green moss and chow down on it. And they jump down and splash in the water. And
Oh
few of them-
yeah, that stuff that makes you feel great. That moss that they're eating right over there.
So it's like a drug.
I don't know. It just made me feel a lot better than I normally would feel.
That's good enough for me. And Basil's gonna go over and start eating, take like a handful of moss and like crunch on it.
Okay. Tastes
Oh.
very earthy.
Yeah. I mean, heck, if the monkeys are doing it, must be safe for us slightly more evolved monkeys. So I'll collect some of it and try to scoop up some of the wine in my water skin.
It's kind of diluted because the cleric who was with Pilaf in the last entrance here turned the water to wine, but that's not perpetual, so it has a little hint of it. Anything you guys are doing other than eating lime green moss, observing monkeys?
I'll partially unsheath my sword and ask the group, can we trust these monkeys?
Well,
Can you ever
they
really
didn't
trust a
attack
monkey?
last time, did they?
No, we actually made them fall asleep by them drinking the wine when they were jumping into it.
Felix, give me a wisdom roll.
Oh, yeah. No, 16.
Okay, the rest of you guys can give me a wisdom roll.
Succeed a 9.
Okay. No.
Succeeds.
All right. For those of you who pass, as soon as you hear Felix say
20.
this, you notice one of the monkeys as he's grabbing a handful of this lime green moss, eats it and looks straight at Felix and winks.
Look straight at Felix and wink.
Yes, when he said, "Can we trust these monkeys?"
Absolutely, we can
Well-
trust these monkeys. Look at him. He just winked at Felix.
It winked at me, and I'll slightly more undraw my sword.
No. It's fine. It's fine. Monkeys are part of the Earth Mother. They're part of everything. It's okay.
Was that what kind of wink was it? Was it like a come over here wink or like a you can trust me wink?
I would also like to know.
So 3 of these monkeys come over, make their way over to you, Felix, and they're kind of just sitting there staring at you. And one pulls out, has a handful of this lime green moss, who he's reaching out for you to take it.
I will bend down to be at like eye level with the monkey, and then stick out my tongue and go. "Ugh."
First roll of the night. I like this. It's good. All right. Let's see let's see if I get this right. All right. So this monkey with a 6 does not make it, as he attempts to throw the moss into your mouth and fails. And it goes right by your head.
I will draw my sword and just point at the monkey.
Yeah, all 3 of them just scatter and then jump and cannonball into the pond and splash the water everywhere.
Why are you attacking the monkeys? They're trying to give you something.
I think I've proved you can never trust a monkey, and then I sheath my sword again.
Well, you can't trust the Ape Empire, so there's some truth to that. Do you think these monkeys are in league with the Ape Empire?
I have my suspicions.
My character, I've audibly laughs. No, there's no way, because whatever was going on before, these monkeys were completely passed up before. They have nothing at all to do with whatever is going on.
So maybe we should just keep a watchful eye on them, and maybe find this dream dragon.
Well, there is the one pathway we never went up, and I'll kind of like show them the pathway like that I saw before, and kind of like pointed it out.
What does that pathway smell like?
Let's see, it's very damp down here. It does smell like dead things, like rotting vegetation.
Okay.
Well, I guess we just keep a watchful eye for those cultists. Smells like more rotting things. Maybe they like eat rotting things. They like eat rotting things. Like they're into,
Rotting vegetation?
they're
Or-
into like black ooze and stuff. So it could be.
So as you start to follow Pilaf, you gather yourselves, and the monkeys begin to watch you, and they're eating moss and splashing and having a grand old time in this pond. You pass this retaining, better is it's a small, like a retaining wall of crystal that just seems to glow. For Pilaf and Oglom, you feel sort of rejuvenated, refreshed, just feel great as soon as you pass this thing. For Basil, Ethics, and Felix, there's sort of this weird kind of paranoid feeling that seems to just kind of wash over you as you walk into this large cavern with these stalagmites and stalactites and different spots that are glowing with moss.
This reminds me of where we met that dragon. I don't see it yet. I'm a bit worried.
What dragon? As I'm kind of looking over my shoulder and looking at you.
We met a dragon a while ago. Not here. Specifically, we met it on November 21st. It's the date of that.
November 21st.
But we met it. It was on a mountaintop. But that's besides the point. This place feels off.
What are you talking about? This place feels wonderful.
This feels fantastic. I don't know what you guys are complaining about right now.
Maybe it's you're. Sorry, I'm slow on the uptake. You're the other druid, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, he says that, and it's like,
And
well,
we both kind of look at each other,
it's
just like, what's going on? Like,
right. It's probably sacred to druids. Are you an enemy? Are you an enemy of the earth? That you feel bad in this area?
One of my most trusty weapons is the earth, as he pulls out a rock.
And I'm pretty sure this was made from the earth too. And he pulls out, and Ethics pulls out his brass knuckles.
Okay.
But yeah, Basil's just gonna be uneasy and kind of like darting around as we kind of explore further.
So as you kind of like head into this large cavern, as Pilaf points out the encounter they had with this skeleton that you would assume would be here, but it is gone, and you can see something has dragged it away, pieces of it. You see this huge crystal sticking out of the ground. It's got to be like 12 feet tall. And there's like some white sand around it. And all around where it's coming up out of the ground are these little tiny red mushrooms.
Okay. I mean, as a druid, can I ID the mushroom?
I will give you. Yeah, you can make a wisdom roll.
That's a no.
Yeah, there's a very strong smell of cinnamon as you approach.
Okay. Well, I've got a sack. I'll putting my hand in the sack, turning the sack inside out very carefully, make sure I don't touch the things with my skin, and pick a few of them, and then flip the sack back around the other way.
Okay.
Tie it off.
All right. You guys do notice there's footprints around these mushrooms, like in this white sand.
Do they do they look humanoid?
Yeah, they look like somebody with webbed feet.
Does it look like Pincher's feet?
Similar. I would say similar, not exact.
There's these footprints look like kind of like Pincher's kind. They could be some of the some of his people down here.
Pincher is who?
He's the one. He's like the chameleon, like trainee of Basil and Ethics. He is not with us, but he's you'd see him, or you would have seen him around on the Thunderous Fury.
Okay.
All right.
Does they look like they're heading in any particular direction?
No, they look like they're around there. As you guys are doing that, you can hear hushed, like whispering voices.
I think there's someone trying to sneak up on us, brother. Come out now and wrestle us like men.
Give me a charisma roll.
That's a fail.
You always kill first and ask questions later.
Ask questions while killing.
There you go.
Where is he?
Yeah.
Then the voices stop.
Can we
So
tell?
there is a
How far away, roughly? Can we tell at all?
So yeah, what's the light source situation? I mean, I know you
I've
guys-
got a torch. I know that.
Okay. All right.
Basil has no torch, so he's following whomever has a light source.
Yeah, same with ethics actually.
Am I the only one with a light, with a torch going on?
At this point, as we start to venture deeper, I'll take out a flask of oil and pour it into my lantern and then strike the flint to light it.
Okay.
Oh, thank you so much.
I've got an oil lantern too. So
Okay.
unless the tea is glowing bright enough to be used as a light source,
Mm.
And I'll also draw my sword. So I have lantern in one hand and sword in the other.
I'm gonna throw that torch in the direction of where they were at. Just as far as I can humanly possible throw it.
There's
you
an
mean the
auto.
voices?
What's that? Whatever the direction it was that we heard the voices coming from, I'm just gonna throw my torch towards that direction.
So there's an audible yell, and around one of these stalagmites comes a scaly creature, humanoid, wearing like rags for clothing. They're hairless, like rust colored. They almost kind of have a canine appearance to them, and they run out and almost like they're going to stomp out the fire. They're doing this like, and the other one grabs him. You see the second one grab him, like pull him away as he starts to try to stomp out the fire, but it seems to burn his foot, and he now jumps around. He grabs his foot and begins to jump around on one foot, yelling because his foot's burning, and then he falls to the ground. And then the two of them scamper back behind this stalagmite.
Well,
Basil's gonna run up there with his brass knuckles and talk to the creatures.
So in the dim fire glow, Basil runs up. You see the outline of two creatures kind of shaking in fear. And as soon as you appear, they pull out something. They have something in their hand, and they just like go to hand it to you.
Hello?
And they're like they're speaking in some strange language, and they're holding up, as you can see, it almost looks purple, some kind of purple moss. And as you kind of study it, it seems to glow a little bit and like pulsate.
So Basil takes like, is there any sort of because like he got this feeling of paranoia when he entered into this room. Is there like does that change in the presence of this moss? Does it grow or shrink or?
The paranoia seems to fade, but you don't think it's related to the moss. It didn't last very long, just enough. It gave you enough sense, just a little bit of a hint, and then it kind of faded. At least for all of you.
Okay.
Now, if you want to continue your paranoia, that's fine.
Basil will take the moss, and he says, "Well, what do I do with it?"
And the one is like clutching the other in fear, and he does this motion, like to eat it.
How much moss is this? Is this like
yeah,
one serving, or is this like enough for the whole crew?
No, it's one for Basil. It's one serving, maybe. I mean, you've had protein drinks, so I mean, how bad could this stuff taste?
Well,
Protein drinks based on dead frog, live frog. Yeah, right.
so Basil will ingest, the second strange moss today.
Give me a D6 roll.
Jeez,
5.
Jeez, you
All right, you seem to feel fine. The rest of you can see Basil standing there, and everything that is not covered by his armor or whatever, or cloak, begins to glow purple.
You okay, Basil? You're not looking so hot.
I feel great.
He
I
looks
just
like. Oh, you go. Sorry.
I just got some more moss. This place has an interesting array of mosses.
Might want to look at
Yeah,
your
the
hands.
moss got you, dude. Look at your skin.
Is it glowing purple? Like is it like kind of like Aurora Borealis coming out in its purple, or is it like my skin is like has turned purple?
Oh, I like the
Or is
Aurora
it like-
Borealis. Yeah, it's kind of like shooting different kind of light. Yeah, that sounds good. It's like
Friend,
pulsating.
I'm gonna walk over and I'm like, friend, you're glowing different colors.
There's probably something in that moss I ate.
Why are you eating the moss? Why are any of you eating the moss? I didn't say eat the moss.
You said the moss was safe in the other room, so
I said it was safe. I didn't say eat it.
You have to be clear about these things.
Yeah. In Basil's defense, you didn't say don't eat it.
That's true.
Yeah.
I didn't say don't eat it. You're absolutely right. But however, don't eat it.
I feel fine. In fact, I don't think I need a torch anymore.
Oh, fantastic. As I pick up my torch off the ground over there, and assuming it's still lit. I mean, I'm assuming it is. But
Yeah, they didn't manage to stomp it out.
right. And then I pick up the torch and I kind of like hold it up over nearby him.
Whoa,
Do
brother.
they start freaking out?
They do not like the light at all. They sort of try to. You can see that they're obviously bothered by the light and your presence, because now there's more of you than them. And they are, like I said, in rags. They're about 3 feet tall, and they've got sacks, and you can tell that the sacks have got various mosses that they've collected in these sacks.
Brother, it looks like you're the champion of the underdog. You look amazing.
Thank you. You have to dress for success. That's what I was told once.
They must have surrendered to the might of the Bessex brothers.
Basil's gonna turn to these cowering moss dealers, and where are your people? And he like points to you, like both of them, and tries to like mime their height, and like also like point to like kind of like point to both of them and mime their height, and then like point to us.
Give me a charisma roll.
I failed that one.
They look increasingly terrified, and one of them, you can see they converse in some language you've never heard. All of you can make intelligence rolls as they kind of like sit and like argue with each other for a second, and one grabs the bag, one of their sacks, and throws it at you, and they run into the darkness.
I roll a 20.
I made an end roll.
Okay, if you passed, these look you've seen pictures or heard of. They remind you of people's description of kobolds, and predominantly in the Underdark. Sometimes there is some that are on the surface. Not sure if it's the same species or a different species, but they run into the darkness and they leave a sack of glowing moss in front of you as they run away.
I'm gonna run after him with my torch in my hand and just start running after them. Wait, come back! We're not here to harm you.
Yeah. I'll pick up the bag of moss and start falling through it and see if I can recognize anything.
So a lot of it's like that purple moss and that moss that you saw earlier, but there's also a scroll case in here.
Ah. Okay. Anybody know how to ID scrolls?
Yeah, I can. Books are stupid.
Good one, brother. Felix, you said you trained your head muscle, right? Can you ID scrolls?
No, I only know the way of the blade.
Can you like poke some holes in it maybe then?
I guess
Is that-
not.
Yeah, let's not poke holes in the scroll. That's a bad idea there. Just check and make sure there is actually a scroll in the scroll case and reclose it.
Yeah, it is. There is one in there.
Okay. But I mean, the character has no way of IDing it unless you tell me otherwise, right?
Well, it is written in common, which you obviously would find interesting.
It's not magical.
It's not written in a magic. Yeah, it's not like an Underdark or like a magic language. It's actually written in some kind of common that you would recognize. And it's let's see. It says some of it is where it's written like it's been damaged, but all it says is hold person.
Oh.
But the rest of it is there.
Okay.
And it has a symbol of some arcane house that probably you would have heard. So it's probably from somebody who came down here and lost it. It doesn't originate from in the Underdark.
Okay. Oh, that's useful.
So Pilaf, as you are chasing these kobolds, you come up to you've got your torch. So you come up to this, you see them run and jump through this archway. There's a huge stone door that has kind of fallen off its hinges and is blocking an archway. And they managed to jump into this small hole and dart into the darkness. And you can see that there is like etchings along the archway.
But yeah, is it large enough for anyone to jump through, or is it just small enough where like a normal human like myself wouldn't be able to get through it?
Yeah, it would be difficult to get through.
But I could if I wiggled myself through it.
If you spent some time, yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's always a
So
chance.
he's completely separated from the group and running off, and we see his butt sticking in the air as he wiggles it, tries to wiggle into something.
Well, as the light fades as well, like
No, I leave the torch right next to me as I'm
okay.
going through.
Okay.
Before I light a whole new torch again, because I have a bunch of them. I do.
All right. So the rest of you come up to, I assume, will follow, and you see Pilaf as he's trying to get through this door that's fallen. It's like at an angle. It's got all these pock marks in it. It looks like it's made of stone. It's about 8 feet tall.
You lead me to believe we should go through there.
Pilaf, why are you going through there? As like Basil's talking to his butt.
Oh, they went through here before. I'm gonna get them. As I'm trying to like squeeze my way through.
Why do you care about the kobolds?
They have to die.
Did they?
They have blood.
Yes, you heard me. They have to die.
Do you eat them after you kill them? Because they are meat, technically.
I mean, you don't.
Huh? Actually, that's a good idea.
Did they wrong your family or dishonor you?
No. I just know that they can alert other beings. You gotta hunt them down and get them before they alert everything else down here. So I'm still trying to wiggle my way through.
I thought you were like one of those moss addicts for a second there.
Not exactly a moss addict, but I do believe in the earth. As I wink at our druid friend.
I'll come up behind Pilaf and try to give him a shove through.
The only time when a kick in the butt is a good thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. As you do that, you kind of put one foot up on this stone door and just push him through. Pilaf goes flying. And as you kind of like take a step and you look at the archway, you can see now with the light, as you pick up your lantern, you can see that there are carvings along this archway, and they look, now that you study it for a minute, that there are just humans kind of writhing in agony, and then skeletons around them.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think that was good. That was a bad idea. Pilaf, wherever you are.
It's okay. I'm good. As I yell through the other side.
What's it look like over there?
I don't know. What does it look like over here?
There's a long hallway. I guess you have a torch. You can see a hallway, and to your left, you can see a door.
There's not
That's-
much here. It's just a long hallway with a door. I think it's safe to come through.
There there any like skeletons or humans? And he looks up at the picture, squirming around and stuff.
Skella who? Gotta speak up a little bit.
Did we see another wave?
We should probably give it a minute and see if he dies.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna kind of like go through and like very carefully just kind of like observe everything, not like move too far into that area, like by the doors or anything. I'm not like the biggest thing for me. My biggest concern is setting up a trap, even though I don't know how to look for him.
So if you move forward, to your immediate left is kind of a door, and it's got like a brass plaque on it, and it is written in common. It says Master of Ooze.
We definitely have to go through that door. Let's see, and nothing else in this room as far as I can tell.
So you can hear something dripping from the ceiling, and there are piles of sand, and some of the stones on the floor are cracked and broken. And if you look to your left, if you look to your right, you see another door. And there used to be a plaque on here, but there are holes where the plaque has been ripped off or is gone.
So did he go open the door and go in?
No, he's in the hallway.
I did not. I did not.
Okay,
I'm not that stupid.
That's still in the hallway. Okay.
I'm still kind of just like looking around, like, and then I'm gonna relay all this to everybody. There's a couple doors here, one with a plaque, one without. I don't feel too comfortable going too much further than that, other than there's nothing else here. As I'm like yelling it over my shoulder kind of thing.
So group decision, are we following him in this cobalt hole, I guess I call it?
Pilaf, make sure to keep your eyes on the prize. Loot, arm wrestling tournament information for the Underdark Cup, or cultists.
It says Master of Ooze on this one. I don't know if that has anything to do with what you're looking for, but Master of Ooze is on one of the plaques.
Master of Ooze.
That sounds like not our problem.
Yeah.
We should definitely not open that door.
Hey, the last one as well.
I'm okay with that as long as I survive. I don't know what else to do here. I just wanted to go a little further and look at that a couple things. And
we could throw a rope down to get you out if you want to come back out.
Is it at an angle? Can I just get out pretty easily, or?
Yeah, you can climb up and try to climb up out of there.
I'm gonna do that before grabbing the rope.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way back out.
All right. Well, there's not much there except for I don't know what's behind those doors.
Okay.
If it said like the mistress of slime, I'd be a little bit more interested because I like hot mamas, but masters, nah, I'm not into dudes.
Yeah, but what about BDSM?
Do we see any other doorway entrances or any other entrances in this cavern?
This is it.
We are out of options, guys.
Well, it's up to you. I mean, I leave it up to you guys at this point. I don't know. All I know is that there's a couple doors there, and then I didn't feel comfortable moving much further than that down that hallway because I don't know
I mean,
if there's traps
is
or
this really the only unexplored option in this place? Is this the unexplored option in this place? Is there any other options or places that we can look around at?
Doesn't seem like it.
So must be the entrance to that accursed temple. These pictures look accursed.
Yeah, to say the least.
everything looks like a curse around here.
So,
Except for the
we're looking,
plants.
This
so
moss.
we're looking for an accursed temple. Well, I mean, this does fit the bill, sort of.
So let's avoid the Master of Ooze room. And
Well, there's another room there without a plaque on it, up above it. So I don't know what that's gonna hold.
That might
And
be
I
the
didn't
mistress
feel-
of ooze. Because
It
there's a
could be.
master and a mistress, you know?
It could be, as I point right at your character. It could be.
Let's go. I'm in now.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow in.
Oh god.
Okay. Well, Pete, just in case we have to retreat,
I'm
well, one, use some oil on the squeeze so it's easier to get through it. And two, who's the acrobat? Don't we still have,
that's
or did we lose?
that was Zafan.
He spent the day
Oh, okay, we
off.
lost him.
Yeah.
Hey, we lost him, darn it.
So
But okay, well, he's good with ropes, but I'll try to find like two endpoints I can tie on either side. So if we have to retreat quickly, we can use the rope and squeeze through fast instead of being, stuck in this tight spot without any leverage.
I'm gonna go first.
but before you do that, you could team up and move the door. Like,
Oh,
Oh, the one that's blocking that entrance there?
okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, arm wrestling.
I don't have
brothers,
enough
this-
strength for that, so I'll just be like, okay, this is on you guys. Do
Yeah.
this number.
Hey, it's the arm wrestling brothers. Well, I'll couch it as an arm wrestling challenge. I bet you can't arm wrestle that door out of the way and further open.
Oh, really? You don't think we could do that?
Just you watch.
what's your combined strength?
Like I got a 13.
I've got a 10. It's perfectly even because I have 1 weak arm.
I also have a 13. I will contribute.
I mean, should we all just try to
Yeah,
do
so
it?
as the Bessex brothers try to move this door, the door seems to be winning. And then Felix comes over and assists, and the door moves. And as you drop it on the ground, you realize that the door had been spun around at some point. So now you're actually looking on the outside of the door, and scrawled on it, like carved into it, it says, "Only the fleshless may proceed."
Well, still have my flesh, and hopefully it stays that way.
Oh, should we all just become fleshless and we should be able to proceed right away?
I can't become fleshless. I'd lose all these hard-earned gains.
Yeah, but
Fair enough.
if you lose your flesh, you still got like muscle under there, brother. I think.
No.
So we're going to get attacked by skeletons if we proceed. Is basically what this is saying.
All right. I'm okay with leading the party for now as the scaredy cat druid at the point. Guess he's afraid.
Don't worry, Plate Pilaf. We got your back.
Yeah.
I got your right flank. I think it's gonna get your left flank. And
And don't look nervous in front of like the mistress of slime. She's gonna be not happy if you do that.
You're right. You're absolutely right. So I'm gonna take a look at that door. The one on the right hand side that didn't have the plaque on it. Does it look like it has like a handle? Does it look like it can just be pushed open or what?
Yeah, the door looks in rough shape. Like it's got a lot of it's a stone door. It's got like pock marks and stuff in it, and there's a lot of debris near it.
Like in front of it or
Yeah, like in front of it. It's not a stone. What is a stone? No, this isn't a stone door. This is
like a wooden door?
yeah, it's a
or-
wooden door, and there's a lot of sawdust, and the hinges on the door have been rusted. It looks like if you
All
grab
right.
it, it'll like snap right off.
I'm gonna kick it open.
Okay.
Papa's home. Mac.
Hello, and then kick it.
Yeah, the door just kind of crumbles, and you shoot the light in here into this stone room. There's just the walls and the ceiling look damaged. The stone looks damaged, and there's sawdust piles and debris everywhere.
But nothing unnatural looking or anything like that about this place. Besides, like otherwise, it's obvious decay going on because like everything's dying.
Right, unless you want to go in and like search the room.
Yeah, I'll go in. Screw it.
Okay,
Basil,
give me a wisdom roll.
Basil,
Oh,
follow.
Hey, I got it by 1. 17 out of 16. Or
Okay.
sorry, you have to roll under, right? Yeah, so actually, yeah, 5 out of 16.
Okay, so yeah, walking in there, you're avoiding the debris and stuff, and you step on like one of the stones that seems to be loose, and you realize it kind of like comes out.
Well, this is not very safe, guys. Unless somebody knows how to walk across a bunch of stones that are falling apart.
Can you just lift it up and see what's underneath?
I could, but I'm holding the torch. Somebody else look. As I'm holding the torch up for them.
Yeah, I got this. And Basil will walk in. His purple pulsating light filling the room. And we'll start unfurling the stone he's talking about.
Yeah, you easily grab the stone. Of course, I'll probably do some curls with it first, and then you look and you see that they're stuck underneath this stone is another scroll.
I'll grab it.
Okay.
And try to read it.
Yeah, it is cure light wounds.
Whoa. This is this sounds like it could be handy. And he'll put it into his pack. How many of these Pilaf, keep walking, see if you can find more.
No, I'm good. I got your back as I'm holding the torch up like further in kind of thing.
I guess we'll start.
Can't always go first.
We'll start searching the room. And Basil will like walk out of your torchlight, assuming that the glow is casting enough light that he could see with it.
Yeah, and like at a certain point, like once he gets to like to the edge of the light, I'm gonna follow him in.
Okay. So what's the rest of you guys doing? Are you guys outside this room?
I'll go in and use my staff, I don't want to touch the thing, is sort of poke around in the debris piles and try to figure out if there's anything in them.
Okay. Okay, you're doing that. Felix and ethics, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna cautiously stand guard at the door facing out into the hall.
The ethics is gonna walk into the room and just start calling out, "Mistress of Slime, where are you?"
Well, I don't think she's in here. I sort of respond back to him.
You don't know that. And he walks around looking anyway.
I'm sorry, the brothers is the perfect definition of the material component for the detect traps 1/2 spell. There was
Someone dumb.
an
Yeah.
old oh darn it, what's the Dragon magazine had a joke spells list, and one of them was detect traps 1/2, material component, fighter with an int of less than 8, verbal component. Oh no, I'm sure there are no traps there. Why don't you go ahead? There was also rock to stone. Amazingly powerful. It can convert any amount of rock to any amount of stone.
I do remember that.
So Felix, you hear a scream outside. It reminds you of these cobalt creatures that you ran into down the hall. I'm assuming you've got your bullseye, you've got that lantern.
Yeah.
You can see all the way down the hall. There are other doors, and then it leads into like an open area, and you can see one of these creatures come like running and like grabbing at its like bald head, and it falls on the ground and starts screaming.
Quick, there's one of those other scaled creatures out here.
No.
And I'll start heading off that way, but holding up so that hopefully somebody else follows behind me.
And then
Yeah,
everybody
I'll
in the room can give me a dex roll.
Okay. Easy this time. Unlike Humphrey, even Humphrey could have made that one. Would have made it with that one.
All right.
Basil failed. Dex is one of my better attributes too.
I thought you were like in the other room.
Ethics passed. Yeah.
Okay. Pilaf.
Oh, do we all have to roll it then?
Yeah, give me
because
a
I
dex
thought we
roll.
were still in the other room. I thought Basil and I were in the other room.
Oh yeah, you guys are all in this room searching through the debris. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, 2.
Okay, you all of you except for Basil. So you hear that scream, and then you see on the wall the image of like a face, and like some eyes begin to look at you, and you just hear voices, "Come forth," and you have there's this sort of pulling sensation you get. You are all able to resist except for Basil. Starts to slide in the debris headed towards the whatever this thing is, this creature on the wall.
Oh, is that the mistress of slime? I get a little too.
I'm gonna jump over and grab him by the ankle as he's sliding down.
All right, let's do some initiative. Initiative is D6. So I'll let you guys roll for I'll let you all together. That's fine. So pick who's gonna go first. I rolled a 3.
Usually I have the highest dex.
Yeah, whoever's got the best dex should probably be rolling this first.
I got a 12.
Get a +2 to whatever the roll is.
Yeah,
Go.
I'm at the best deck, so whoever's got the best deck should roll.
I have a 16 for Dex, so does that make me the
Is that
best?
2 as well?
That's a +2,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so you and me are probably equal, Felix.
All right, I'll let you go, Ethix. Good roll.
Okie dokie. Right. 1-6. I got 4.
All right, you guys are up first, so you can decide what you want to do.
So am I sliding uncontrollably?
Yeah, something is
Basil's
pulling
like-
you. Yeah, you like got your feet down and you're sliding.
Can we see what's pulling him in or not?
All you can see is like there's like an image of a face and like eyes and a mouth that are like on the wall. It seems to like glow.
How far away is this?
Very good question.
From the door?
Yeah. Like how far like is away would Basil and this wall or this face in the wall be?
You're a little bit over 5 feet away.
Okay.
So really close. We're that close. I'm just going to try to see if I can whack the face with my quarterstaff.
Actually, before so Basil has a special magic item that is useful to go at the very first round. That will help with this.
Okay.
So as he's getting he is being pulled, he pulls out this flag and throws it into the ground, and it unfurls, and there's a rabbit on the flag. And everyone within the radius of this flag is inspired for the first round. And you get a +2 to your rolls.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay.
This rabbit flag, this fills you with hope.
Mhm.
That's not what rabbits are usually associated with, but whatever. Fills you with vigor. There you go.
All right, so Ethics will like look at Basil being attracted by the wall and be like, "Why does he always get all the hot mamas? That's it. I'm taking you away from here, Basil." And I grab you. I try to like wrestle you away from the wall.
Basil, are you going to resist?
Basil will not resist because he's
All right.
being pulled against his will.
All right, so yeah, so you've grappled Basil.
Cool. I just try and drag him away from the wall.
Yeah. And again, I'm trying to bang the wall with my stick and see if it does anything.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
5, I guess. I forget
5.
whether that's
Yeah,
good or
it's a
bad.
big wall. You hit it. Roll. What's damage?
Okay.
What's damage with the staff?
Let's see. Anybody know what a quarterstaff is, or do I need to look it up?
I believe it's a
probably-
D4.
Oh, 4. Okay.
D4. Okay.
Yeah, 'cause I have the same thing.
Oh, max 4. Give it a mighty smack.
You
I
give
don't
this
have to
thing.
Wait a minute. What's the strength? How strong do you have to be to get a bonus? Let's see.
You got to have a 13 or higher.
Okay, no, I don't get a bonus. I've got a 12.
So you.
No, I've got a 13. So I did 5 points of damage. Whack, 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 whack.
Yeah, a piece of you whack this thing and a piece of the back stone wall breaks off and falls Felix.
I'm just gonna stand my ground and
Okay.
yell back. Is everything okay in there?
Basil's
I'll
been
yell
trying to-
out. Well, some sort of trap.
So Pilaf is gonna jump and grab onto Ethics. Basically hold on to his legs as he's grabbing on to what's the other character's name?
Basil.
Basil, yeah. As he's grabbing onto Basil, I'm gonna grab onto him and try to pull back.
What the?
Okay. Very good. So this creature, this thing, this image in the wall laughs a few times. Then begins you see it begin to like like the face and the eyes and the mouth begin to glow with that kind of like slime. It looks some kind of reddish hue, and it begins to bubble and like roll down the wall. That's everybody's turn. We shall roll initiative for the second round, and I got a 3.
You're up, Felix.
6.
All right.
Wow.
You guys are up first.
I yell out, "That's not the mistress of slime, that's the master."
Gross.
And I mean, it worked last time, so I'm gonna try to smack it again.
All right.
I
Roll
mean,
damage.
I don't know what the hell, other than break this thing, I don't know what the hell to do. Roll completely opposite, a 19 this time.
Yeah, roll damage.
Alrighty. 1 plus 1 this time, so minimum.
Yeah, you hit it, and like you can see a couple little cracks in the wall, like little tiny pieces maybe would fall off, maybe if you hit it again. But yeah, other than that, it you can see that this red bubbling like slime begins to kind of come to the surface and kind of roll down the wall. Basil, Ethics, and Pilaf.
Is Basil still being like pulled?
Yeah, you can still feel the force pulling you, but the other two have grabbed you, so you're not going anywhere.
All right, for my turn, I'm gonna pull as hard as like humanly possible to get him out of this grip, whatever it is that's pulling him in.
Yeah, if you and Ethics work together, you could easily move him out of the room.
Yeah, I'll attempt to fireman carry Basil out with Pilaf helping. Yeah.
Okay. Felix.
I am gonna turn back around and head towards the door to the room that they're in and see what's going on, since I didn't hear a response.
Okay, yeah, you catch.
I yelled out it. I yelled out it was some kind of trap.
Yeah, you see the
I
three
did
of them.
actually respond to it.
Yeah, you see the three of them come out, Basil and Ethics and Pilaf. One of them's being fireman carry.
Everything okay, Basil?
There's the wall has a face and it laughed and it started oozing. And I keep being pulled towards it.
I don't think you should have eaten that moss.
No, it's real. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Good, nice response, but no, it's real.
Well, we should hurry. There's screaming kobolds down this hall.
There's what now?
Oh, who's real?
Bye, Pilaf.
It's okay, we can be friends with them.
All right, well,
Oglom.
everybody else is out of the room except for me, Pete. I mean, am I going to be able to exit next turn or not?
So this slime seems to come down the room, and then it starts to fill up all the different low spots in the room. It starts to come out of the walls and out of the floor. And then we will roll initiative for the third round. Three I'm all about threes today.
I guess it's me since I'm the only idiot in the room still.
No, I mean
I rolled
technically,
a
no,
five.
it's still the whole group.
Yeah, I can
Okay.
roll it. I got a 12 dex, so I'm at a 0.
I got a +1.
Okay, go ahead.
5.
Yep, you're up. So if you guys look back in this room, it looks like this red slime is like coming out of the cracks in the floor now and like coming out of the walls.
Well, I'm going to
Hell out
get
of
the
there,
hell
you
out. I'm going to get the hell out. Banging on the decoration didn't appear to do anything, so evacuate.
All right, give me a dex roll.
Alrighty. Exact.
Yep, you escape out of the room as some of the stuff starts to drip off the ceiling and land in different spots, and the room starts to look more and more like this red slime is covering it.
Is it-
I'm like, okay, so after he gets out, I'm gonna throw my torch into the room at the slime.
Mm-hmm.
Try to burn it.
Okay. You watch as like the slime's like it hits the slime, and then the slime just kind of moves over it and extinguishes the torch, and then it's gone.
No.
So wait
Is
a minute, is the slime motile or is it just like filling up like gloopy water?
At first it appeared like it was like water, but now it seems to sort of coalesce into something that is more like some kind of creature.
Oh, great. Lots of fun, guys.
I have an idea. And Basil pulls out of his pack a vial that contains a thick black slime. And he throws it into the slime to combat the red slime.
Contains the what?
He has a vial.
Yes.
He never got it identified
Yes,
what it
I
is.
love it.
But it's a black slime.
It's
It
true.
smells like strawberry and pineapples.
Oh,
Oh, something you picked up in a previous run.
Yeah.
I think that's the same
Okay.
thing, actually. Yeah.
So yeah, he never got it identified what it is, but he has it in his inventory, and he's going to. He knows that it was. He found it for just this moment.
All right.
You got this, Basil.
Okay, give me a D6 roll.
It's a 6.
So you throw it in there, and then you watch as the red and the black slime they start to coalesce, and like it looks like a big swirl as it starts to move along the floor.
Whoa. That's cool.
That's a good idea, brother.
I hope it was, brother. Which way are these screaming kobolds?
I point down the hall.
Yeah, you now as you shoot your lanterns down the hall, you see that there are 3 other doors, and at the end of like this hallway, there are 2 kobolds just laying on the ground, lifeless.
Lifeless now. Well, they were screaming.
Is Basil still being like sort of drawn towards the room, or is that sort of faded?
Oh yeah, that's gone now, and you can see this like slime gets up to the edge of where the door would be and stops. It doesn't go past it.
Oh, thank goodness. I was afraid we were going to have to do the Temple of Doom with slime instead of, big roller ball.
That would be horrible. Or great, I don't know which.
Well, looks like the kobolds are dead. I guess we beat them, Pilaf. Nice.
Yes. I don't know what to do with the slime though.
It looks like it can't come out. Like maybe we problem solved.
Yeah, I just closed the door.
What about the moss?
What do you mean the moth?
Oh no, I'm talking in character to them. What about the
okay.
moss?
Oh,
We haven't tried the moss on this thing yet.
So you want it to be purple, glowing, red slime now. Is that the point here?
Well, we don't
Just
know if
check.
it hurts it or not. I mean, it's everywhere but in that room, isn't it?
we could just cut our losses.
Does have a point. We do have some of that green moss we could throw in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if it's a deterrent to the whatever this slime is?
It's worth trying. I mean, we're safe as Basil looks around at the moment. So
Except for whatever kills snowballs.
Yeah.
They might have died of old age.
I'm pretty sure those are okay. Out of curiosity, out of character, are those the same 2 kobolds we saw earlier that we can tell?
They look to be, yes. One has a sack, the other one does not.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at him and I'm gonna look at the kobolds and be like, seriously? You think those are old kobolds? They're not even like skeletons yet.
Okay, fine. The party vote is see what the green moth does to the slime. So I collected a handful earlier. I'll take it, I'll chuck it at the damn slime and see what happens.
So yeah, the green slime, you throw it, like sits on the top and like kind of soaks into it and vanishes.
Well, it was worth a good shot. You never know until you try. Well, we should probably close this door now. It's probably gonna come through the door too. Seeing as how, wait a minute, why are those kobolds dead in here?
Maybe. What if we put a kobold in the slime?
Yeah. I mean, there's corpses over there. Yeah, that would work.
Felix, you look like you have an idea.
I'm just not sure what desecrating bodies is going to do here. I think we should cut our losses and close what's left of the door and keep moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's to say that the door's gonna hold the slime?
You destroyed the door
it
going
doesn't-
in.
anyway. I'm with Felix here. It's like Slime's not leaving the room. It's not hurting me anymore. So time to go on. I'll start heading down towards the cobalt carefully. Walk, stop, look around. Walk, stop, look around. See if I see anything as I get close.
Yeah, I'll follow behind Oglom, about 10 feet behind. Sword
Yeah,
out.
I'll be right behind Felix.
Ethics and Basil have got the rear.
Okay. So you're headed down this hallway.
Yep.
Okay. So on the left, before you reach the cobalts, there's a door to a room that's slightly ajar. You can hear some rustling in behind the door, and there's another plaque on here. It looks tarnished, and it written in common. It says "Master of Disillusion."
Disillusion?
Yeah.
I will push the door open with my sword as I pass it.
Oh, dissolution. That's a different spelling than I was thinking. Oh, that's not good. Welcome to Flesh Eating Acid, guys. Check your chat.
So yeah, you push it open and move past. Does anybody put their light in? Are you going to shine your lantern as you go by, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold my lantern like into the doorway.
Okay. The ceiling, you catch the ceiling and the floor the same. There's like debris in here, but there's a huge, giant, bloated rat corpse that's kind of writhing on the ground. And that's where the sound is coming from, inside the rat corpse.
I will slowly step towards the corpse.
Okay.
I'm gonna get out of the blast radius. Make sure that if something explodes, I'm not standing in the doorway. It's like, okay.
I'm like a hype man to Felix, being like, okay, it's okay. Just move slowly towards it.
I'll like prod at it with the sword.
All right. That's when we roll initiative.
Okay, it looks like I'm rolling this time. Or is it a whole new round? Everybody can roll, kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. I think since it's kind of everything is reset, I'll let you guys decide who's going to roll. I'm going to roll.
All right, whoever has +2.
You got it,
it.
Felix.
My
You roll
roll
and you
of
go
3.
You got
first.
this,
Yeah.
Felix.
4.
All right, you're up first. This corpse seems to move, is like flopping around. It is like this nasty, swollen rat corpse. Something inside of it's moving, making it move.
I'm gonna strike it with my sword.
Okay.
13.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
And 8 for damage.
Whoa.
So
Yeah,
you strike it and it just kind of splats, and you can see this it's got like this pale green slime like all inside of it, and then these 2 other like 2-foot long slimy maggots come out and reach out to try to get you. Oh, I don't have to roll damage. Okay, good. Let's see. It's got, so let's see, a 7. That would be a miss. A natural 20. That's not good for the home team.
Oh,
Oh,
Shit.
A 17 and a 10. So I'm taking. Does a 17 hit?
Yeah, my AC is 16.
Okay. So there is no damage. However, I got let me roll some percentage here. Let me roll 1 to see if I need it. 75. All right.
I hope that's good. Not bad.
So there is no damage. You take no damage. However,
I'm not, I'm looking at the table of heinous damage. No, I should be looking at the table of terrible death instead. Yeah, right.
critical.
Hey, maybe you'll become a mag-ridden corpse.
Give me a save versus paralysis.
Correct. Success. Or do you want the roll? Sorry. 8 was the roll.
So yeah, with those rolls, you have to roll over the number.
Oh, sorry. Then
You d-
failure.
No, that's fine. You do so in each session you get a hustle / luck point / whatever you would call it. It's worth 100
Sure.
experience points to allow you to re-roll like a circumstance like this if you think it's worth it to re-roll.
Yeah, in this case I will. I'll burn it. With a 5. So no good here.
man.
Okay. You guys see this green, like maggot-like thing come out. Felix hits this rat. This rat kind of splats open, and these tentacles, this 2-foot long, 2 of them come out and like wrap around. One like hits him, and he is paralyzed. The other one just kind of latches onto him. You will take 1 hit point of damage.
Okay.
As one has just like latched itself to his leg. You guys are up. The rest of you guys are up.
Well, since nothing exploded, I'll sort of step so I can see through the doorway. And then realizing that these things are trying to latch onto him, I'll, let's see, slinger staff. I guess since they're going after him, I'll take a staff and see if I can, like, whack one of them without whacking him.
Okay, there's one that's attached to him, and then one that's got its tentacle wrapped on him.
So you're telling me, okay.
I'll let you.
Hold
pick
on, let me
which-
check the character sheet real quick. Yeah, sorry, just checking. No, wait a minute. I got a dagger. I can use the dagger too. What I'm going to do is the one that's attached. I'm going to try to take the dagger and straight down and try to scrape it off of him.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
17. Is that good in this system?
Yeah, that's a hit.
I can't remember.
That's good. Give me a
Okay.
roll damage.
And the dagger is D4, so it's a whole 4 + 1 for strength is 5.
Nice.
Okay. Roll a d6 for me.
Okay. 1.
So you just reach down and cut this thing right off and like fling it to the ground, and it splats and it is dead.
Fantastic.
There is one still stuck to it, and I think we got a couple people left to go.
Yeah. Do you want to go next? Anyone else?
Yeah. I think you can go.
Oh, I'll go. Okay. So there's one which is attached to Felix, right? Okay.
That one's dead.
Oh,
Just like wrapped around me.
wrapped around him. Okay, that one's dead. All right. Okay. And there was two though, right? One was wrapped
There's-
around him, and the other one.
Yeah, there was one that was like clung to his leg. It got cut off with a dagger. Then the
Uh-huh.
other one is still in the wrap corpse with its tentacle like stuck on him.
Gotcha. Okay. So I have a 6-inch brass nail, which I plan on, hammering onto the leech thing, like and onto the corpse.
Mhm.
But I don't have a hammer. I've just got my brass knuckles, so I'm gonna like
I'll let
put it
I'll let-
down and punch it.
Okay.
Everything's a hammer.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm
Okay.
gonna roll. I guess a d20, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because you're trying to hit this thing.
Yeah?
It's kind of squirming around.
I don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah.
I get a 17 to hit.
Yeah, you did it. Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Do I roll? I don't know what I'd roll for damage. It's a nail.
Give me a D4 roll.
Right, here we go. And should I add my strength or my dex?
Your strength.
Strength? Yeah, just 2 then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you drive it right into the center of it. Flat. Some of the green slime comes out, but you've literally nailed it.
Nice.
Nailed it.
Well, I think ethics is ethics has accomplished what he came here to do, to nail some slime.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Take that, mistress of slime.
Basil's gonna come in. Basil will come into the room and kind of sees this. It's like, brother, watch out! I got
Whoa.
this. And for the tentacle that's still attached,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pull out a Percival rock and try to throw it from a distance.
Okay.
That's 18
That's a hit. Yeah, you guys are hot.
for 2 damage.
It is dead. It snaps off and it just kind of like looks lifeless with the nail in it.
Basil will walk over to Felix. You okay?
Am I still paralyzed or am I unparalyzed now?
Yeah, it lasts a couple turns, but you finally come to.
Kind of like shake my head and like rest my body and reorient. Say, I think I'm okay. I'm not really sure what happened after I cut open that corpse.
Well, let me tell you all about it. Pilaf just starts telling him about like how he got caught by tentacles and stuff, and then his whole team members, like, they saved him, cut off the tentacles and killed him. One of them was nailed to the ground.
I owe you guys a drink.
Fair enough. Well, you know what comes after, killing the local monster, search the room.
All right.
Yeah, what else is in this room besides a half-dead rat?
You
Mason.
find so you guys are just sifting through like the debris in the room, and basically you just find a twist. It is like a piece of twisted metal that's rusted, and you realize it's the remnants of a bed frame.
Maybe this was like their kids' room.
If I prod around, go on. Sorry.
You guys like your stories, don't you? You're making up stories about this. So that's cool.
If I prod around with my sword and like what remains of the rat, is there anything else in there besides the viscera?
Yeah, no.
Okay. Well,
Is there any other doors besides the one that says Master of Ooze around here?
Dissolution.
Dissolution.
Well, there was one that was Master of Ooze as well on the door.
there are 2 more doors down past us.
Yeah, there's 2 more doors. And at least one of them killed a couple of kobolds.
Well, that sounds like the door we need to go through.
Well, next door maybe, you know.
Yeah, the Master of Ooze is if you backtrack, it's that first door on the left that you guys didn't go through. The next door that's the closest is like across from you. It again is slightly ajar, and the plaque is like barely legible. Like it looks like the word master of, and then all you see is GLE. So it's some of the words, some letters have been worn off.
Master of Glue?
GLE?
Well, I'm not going in first this time.
All right, I'm gonna light another torch. And then I'm going to go through that door that says Master of Ooze.
Okay, so
open it up.
Are you going to so you're backtracking?
Yeah, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit, and I'm gonna kind of like slowly open the door for the Master of Ooze door, and just kind of look through it.
Okay. All right. Give me a wisdom roll.
All right. Hey, look at that, a 1.
So you like look in. You open the door and you put up your torch, and you can realize that there's a slight like sheen or something. The room is full of ooze, and it's clear. And in the room you can see it looks like a bed frame. Some kind of like some black urns are in here. A steel box. There is a skeleton in the corner that's like in a ball, like crumpled up, and some kind of small casket.
Well, I see a bunch of stuff in there, guys. I don't think it's worth it. And I just kind of like slowly close the door behind me.
What? Okay.
Lots of ooze in there. And there looks to be a pile of skeletons in the corner.
That is
Yeah,
definitely not
it's the
cold
lots
or
of
cold.
food part that's not as friendly, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's not worth it. As I close the door, as I finish like trying to close the door as much as I can.
Yeah, if we find a salt mine close by, maybe we can come back and salt it to death.
Well, what other doors are there?
There's the one that's got yeah, it's GEL. Yeah, I said it wrong. There's that door that's adjacent, and then the last door on the left has a plaque that seems to be in decent shape, and it says Master of Slime.
Got a theme, don't they?
Well,
I mean, it seems safe in the corridor. I'll use my quarterstaff and sort of swing open the massive gel door and shine the light in and see what I can see.
Okay, so when you open the door and you look in, there is some kind of like purple slime ring in this room, and there's small little piles of slime, jelly, or whatever around it.
Okay. Is there something in the center of the ring?
There doesn't appear to be.
With a strength of 13, how easy is it to pick up one of these kobold corpses?
Yeah, you can pick one up.
I'm gonna pick one up and kind of like push the others to the side and toss the kobold corpse, trying to like aim for the center of like the jelly ring or the ooze ring or whatever it is.
Okay. So you throw it in there, and then it just kind of lays there for a minute. And it kind of begins to like, the body kind of like turns into like a mound of just gel. You see it transform. And it looks very similar to the other small piles of gel around that ring.
Well, I don't like the looks of this room.
I don't think we like the looks of any of them. The question is whether we can beat them or not.
yeah. Well, the other room had a clear slime-like thing in there. I don't know what.
I think all the cultists
Oh,
are dead.
what?
They've probably
I mean,
ascended.
what the heck? So far, nothing's been able to get us in the corridor. I'll basically, hey, did this last time, I'll basically give the purple stuff a Molotov. Bottle of oil, strip of cloth, soaked, light, toss.
Okay. Which room is this?
The massive gel, the purple stuff.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the one that he threw the cobalt in.
Yep, that one.
Yeah, you throw it in, it burns a little bit, and then the fire just goes out.
So did it look like it burned off some of the slime? Did the slime just ignored it or what?
It didn't ignore it, but it definitely has some kind of immunity to it or resistance to it.
Wow. That's ugly.
Let's check out the last door. I'm thinking the cultists are probably dead, or at least have ascended to being slimes.
If we're really lucky, the last door will be master of giving away gold or something.
Well, we already know it's master of slime, right?
Yeah, right.
Do you think the
No
master?
problem.
Do you think they were titles that that these cultists gave themselves? Like, was the master of slime a position in their ranking, and master of ooze another?
Yes.
That makes sense.
What's more important?
Okay,
Like,
so what does the
ooze?
slime room look like? Depends on third verse, I guess. Open door carefully, shine light in.
Where is everybody as you're doing this?
I'm going to be standing off to the side of the door.
I'm basically gonna be like in the middle of the hallway, kind of thing.
Okay.
No, I opened my mouth, so I guess I'm the idiot in the doorway.
Yeah, that'd be bad. Basil would be backing you guys up.
Okay. So as you open the door, this sort of rush of acidic slime comes out of the door. Everybody give me save versus breath. For those of you to the side, you get a +2 to your roll. For those right in front, you do not get a plus.
Alrighty.
I save
Save versus what?
breath.
Breath.
Crap, I don't even have that written on my character sheet. I'm sorry. There it is. There it is. I found it.
Ooh,
Yeah, it should be there.
No,
got the number.
I don't have an actual character sheet. I just have it all written down as like D W P B S. So
Basil failed.
I failed. I hustled. I failed again.
Oh,
So,
no.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Pilaf most certainly failed.
Yeah. Hustle point spent and also failed. Ugh.
No.
I mean, I probably should do that, but you know what? I'm just gonna take it like a man.
Okay. So for those of you to the side, you did get a +2 to that roll. So did that help?
Nope.
Nope.
Ooh.
I rolled a 12 and that lands me at a 14, but my number to beat is 15.
Ooh.
Yeah. My number B is a 16, and I rolled a 10, and that's flat base.
And that is 4 acid damage.
Ooh.
And once you hit 0, are you dead?
Yeah, you're dead.
Okay, Pilaf just drops on the ground then.
Took it like a man.
Most certainly. You know what? I will point out he survived a couple rounds.
I'm 2 for 2, 2 runs, 2 deaths. So dead and gone.
So, gosh.
Maybe I should use that reroll. I'll just do it. You know what? It actually helped. It gave me a 20.
All right.
If you're okay with me re-rolling that.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got a hustle point, you can use it.
I do.
I guess you took it like a woman then, right?
I guess, yeah. You're not wrong. I mean, I can't take 4 points of damage like a man and still survive, right?
Okay,
That would make
if
me
you
worse
if
too.
you passed, you still take 1 point of acid damage.
All right.
Take it by 1.
I guess it's time to look up that website again and start rolling another one.
You know what? I was actually just thinking about that. I probably should just start rolling another one while I'm talking about it. I haven't done that yet.
This kind of acidic slime it's acid again. Gets Russell's character. And all that is left is the 10-foot pole, the jar with the teeth, and the bell. As it just kind of rolls over.
Case, I think that's a scroll
Yeah,
case
that's right.
too.
The
Is
scroll
it
case
gone?
makes it. Yep, that survives too.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
You had a scroll case?
And let me guess, the death card appears and flutters down on top of my character. Since you're doing the cards.
Yes, it as the slime just kind of rolls over you, and that's one of the items it does leave behind.
The death card. Okay.
And this slime just kind of seeps down the hallway and just kind of seems to like dissolve into the floor and the cracks and is gone.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
I'm gonna run over and grab that scroll case.
All right.
If it's not one druid holding it, you gotta have the second one doing it.
I'm gonna peek around the edge of the door.
It's fairly empty other than just debris. Nothing else in here.
All right. Slowly step forward and investigate the room.
Whoever grabbed the scroll case, the comment on it was hold person.
Oh, okay.
Basil will follow Felix into the room.
Would I know that inherently, or
If
would
you were
I
to
have
look at it, you could read it. It's in common.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Yeah, I mean, search in the room. If you guys want to give me wisdom rolls, you can do that.
Yes.
Nope.
That failed.
2 failures.
Yep.
All right.
And while they're doing that, I'm gonna give the common, resting him in peace kind of thing as
Okay.
as I hold the scroll case and I go in the name of, I can't even remember what
Nashira.
God is now. Nashira, there we go. In the name of Nashira, may he eternally rest in Earth Mother's grasp.
Give me a wisdom roll.
All right. Hey, look at that. 9 out of 16.
Okay. So as you do that and say those prayers, you hear a noise and you look down and an acorn falls and lands on the ground right next to you.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up that acorn and take that as well.
Okay.
I have 2 of those now.
So Felix, give me a D. Yeah, Felix and Basil, give me D100 rolls.
All right.
2.
74.
74. So Felix, searching through the rubble, you find an anatomically accurate plaster skull.
All right.
Basil, you find a small golden whistle in the shape of a sparrow.
I immediately blow it.
It makes a sparrow call.
Whoa.
They're birds
That's
down
pretty
here.
cool. It's just me, brother.
Whoa.
I've got a new whistle.
That's pretty cool, brother. Now you can sparrow whistle at all the hot mamas.
I'll leave that for you.
Sweet.
Sparrow whistle.
Okay, I'm gonna do something crazy. I'm gonna open up that door with the red slime. I'm gonna
Okay.
throw in one of those acorns into the slime.
Throw in what? The acorn?
Yeah.
It lands. It lands on the ground. The slime moves away from it, and it sits there.
Like kind of like holding its position away from it, like kind of like it is holding itself away from the acorn kind of thing.
Yeah, like the slime is avoiding it. It's like right up next to it, but it's not touching it.
All right, I'm gonna walk over and grab the acorn and kind of like hold it away, like hold it at an angle where the slime would stay away from me, kind of thing.
Okay. So I'm going to assume that you just drop the acorn so you can reach over and grab it, because you'd have to walk over the slime
Yes.
to get it. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I wouldn't just throw it into the room, hoping that it would dodge it or anything like that.
Okay. Yeah, it sort of moves away from you. I mean, the slime does as you hold the acorn to it.
Hey guys, look at this. As I'm holding the acorn, I'm trying to like push it towards the slime.
This slime must not be vegetarian.
I don't know what this is, but obviously it does not like the blessings of Nishira.
Oh,
I mean, one time I had to eat acorns for a month, and let me tell you, I wouldn't advise that diet.
Here, have another one. I grab out of my other like out of my bag. I grab another one and toss it to Felix.
Yeah, I advise against that, Felix. That's like no protein in an acorn, so you won't get any gains.
I try to like move out of the way of the acorn and just let it land wherever it's going to land, and just say, "Thanks, but no thanks, Pilaf."
Trust me, you're gonna need it.
Fine. Walks over and picks it up and pockets it.
Okay. Pilaf, what are you doing with your acorn that you have?
I haven't done anything with it. I'm probably
Okay.
just gonna close that door.
Okay. Yeah, well, there's no door on it. You smashed it, remember?
Right.
Right,
So
yeah,
I'm gonna
so-
back away from that area
Yep.
then, from where the red slime is at.
Okay.
In
Okay.
hope and in hopes that the red slime isn't actively trying to come after me.
No, it's still.
Otherwise, I'm just gonna throw it straight into that slime, because if it's if it's having an issue with the acorn, I have a feeling it's not gonna like it when it's digesting it. Feel like I should probably save it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guys, there's only one door left.
I think we got this. I can lead the way.
After you, Basil.
Right behind you, brother.
I got my acorn ready.
And Basil's gonna push the door open. Brass knuckles like through his like brandished, and kind of push it open and get ready to strike.
Okay.
Because he knows it's gonna do really well against oozes.
Okay, so this door, it's on the right-hand side. The placard is gone. And you push it open, it looks like an empty room. It's the same, it's got debris and stuff in here.
Just debris. I'll search around. I will search around through the debris. Is it just like rocks and
Yeah.
pebbles and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if there's nothing of interest, or does it look like there's anything of interest, or is it just like look like a bare room?
Give me a wisdom roll.
Failed.
Yeah, I mean, it just looks like random, just, piles of whatever it is left. Left behind.
Okay. So Basil will like turn around. It just looks like junk. There's nothing here.
Well, where did it go, Pilaf?
Good question. I don't know. I would assume we should probably go through this door maybe because I saw some stuff that was still intact, but I do see slime in it.
Yeah, the door that's just full of slime is the only room you hadn't gone through.
So
Well, besides the one where I kind of cracked open the door and closed it.
if each of these doors were a master of slime or ooze or some title, and this one's empty, then that means that there's a cultist that escaped.
Possibly.
That is
Ooh.
not in the temple.
Where is he hiding, you think, brother?
He's probably afraid to lose and not lose against us. I'd be hiding too.
That's true. You already are the champion of the underdark, so makes sense.
Is there any obvious sign of like footprints or anything leading away from this room?
There's debris, and then it leads, if you continue down the hallway, there's a larger room up ahead. It doesn't have a door on it.
Like straightforward, like
Yeah.
down the hallway,
Yeah.
or okay.
Yeah.
We haven't been there yet, or
No, you have not been. No.
okay. I'm gonna take my acorn and just kind of like toss it along the ground, just like ever so gingerly. Just toss it down along the ground, just kind of rolling it.
Okay. So when you hit, you send your torches and lanterns into this room, the light looks dimmer. Like there's some sort of darkness in here that's snuffing it out. It's not as bright as when you put it down this hallway. And your acorn rolls in and rolls into the room and sort of vanishes.
Oh.
No, acorn.
Maybe you just didn't like being thrown around.
Maybe not. Do you want to volunteer to go first?
Yeah, does Basil's light seem to be any more glowy compared to our torches or anything like that?
His purpleness.
Yeah.
I'll accept that as a title.
It was only supposed to last so many rounds, but the fact that you're still rolling with it, yes, it does. The purple seems to cut through this darkness a lot easier than the regular light does.
Do we have any more of that purple purple herb or moss, sorry?
Yeah.
There's a whole bag of it that the dead kobolds left.
Also, we can always go back and get some.
You guys want to have some purple moss?
Yeah,
Sounds
man.
good, brother.
Before I eat it, I will yell out into the darkened room, "Come out, you coward cultist, and face my brothers in arms."
And then we all cheers our moss together and
Yep.
So as you say that, in the darkened room, you see a figure appear. It looks like a skeleton. Now, Pilaf would recognize this skeleton as one he had seen before. It sort of glows with some kind of, it's like it's got like ooze or jelly on it. It kind of glows red, and it stands up. It makes itself known as it sort of begins to walk towards you. It has like some kind of medallion around its neck.
Who goes there?
You shouldn't have come here. You will wake the dream dragon. Be gone with you. And he points in your direction. You hear a noticeable like clanging noise, like lots of clanging noises, like things, objects running forward. And then out of the darkness, you see these skeletons that are wearing some kind of rusty chain armor that seem to rattle, carrying weapons as they run towards you. And we will roll initiative.
I'll roll this one first.
All right.
Russell, you got your next PC ready?
No, it
Bust into the room,
wasn't
helps
that
out.
fast. Sorry, mostly listening to you guys.
They may need them.
They may need them. All right, let me see what I can do.
That's okay.
So,
Nishira will guide us.
hey, we're in luck, guys. He's got a high wisdom. I'll go for a cleric. See if I can't save your asses.
Need someone to read those scrolls.
Yeah, right.
All right, I'll see how fast I can cough him up. Give me-
All right. Okay, so go ahead and give me a roll for
roll
initiative.
7.
I'm going to roll. Oh, you got 7?
Yeah.
Okay, 4. You beat me. You're up first. You see 5 skeletons come running towards your position out of this dark room.
Ethics just tightens his brass knuckles and he says, "Welcome to the party. Time to try the punch." And then he goes in to punch someone.
Okay, I think we talked about like your brass knuckles. Do we know what a regular damage does? Like punch damage, is it 1d2 or something?
I think
thought-
we moved that. We did D4s for our brass knuckles. We're on the lookout for iron brass knuckles, so we could move that up to a D6. But I still got brass, so we've got them as a D4 at the moment.
Or were
Yeah,
we talk?
Unless you wanted to change that, I don't mind. Like, whatever.
Because I
can
know
roll-
you were trying to
I'll do 2
upgrade.
damage.
You were trying to upgrade stuff because we had talked about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, we were trying to get the smith at Mid Mountain to make us some sweet like iron knuckle.
Knuckles, yeah.
Yeah, I would say you were there long enough, and yeah, so make them a D6.
Oh, sweet.
So you got iron
Hell
knuckles.
yeah. All right. I rolled a 19 to hit, so that's a
Oh
win.
yeah, that's a hit.
Nice.
6. And then we've got 5 points of damage.
All right, you can explain how the first one dies as you hit it.
So I just like load up my arm like a baseball bat and just whoosh, and his head just goes pooh, into the corner of the room and just explodes as the rest of his body just collapses into a heap of bones.
Yep. He drops his like makeshift sword that you see like his sword and his body sort of aglow a little bit with some kind of gel that's red. And it's just now a pile of just kind of bones and slime. All right, one down.
I guess I'll go next if nobody else wants to go. But I'm gonna pull out my club and I'm going to swing on one of these guys, whoever's closest.
Yeah, go
Compared to
for it.
where I'm at.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure a 9 does not hit.
No, it does not.
And that's a miss.
Okay.
Maybe this doesn't matter, but I'm gonna flip around my blade and hold it by the blade and try and run up and strike one of them with the hilt
flat
and the
part?
pommel.
Very good. See, I didn't even have to make you roll. Very good. That does matter. So.
All right. With a 15.
That's a hit.
Nice. And the damage for that, is that still a D8 or is that different?
You know what? D8 is fine. Yeah, because I mean,
Okay. 5.
you can tell me how that one dies.
I strike it in the skull, shattering it with the pommel. And it crumples down to its knees and just falls over.
Yep. And then there's just a little pool of bones and this red like slime around it. All right.
Basil will come in following that prodigious display of combat expertise by Ethics and Felix, and he will go to the third one and says, "I'm Captain Crunch," and he goes for the swing, and he fails.
Oh,
Yeah, with a 9.
Okay.
should have said you Captain Punch. It would have been.
Can't use the same word.
Okay.
All right. I think that's all their attacks. I mean, I think that's all your guys' attacks.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yes.
there's one on Pilaf that will attack. 14. Does that hit?
Yes.
6
Uh-oh.
damage. That's acid.
Yeah, 6 damage will straight up kill him.
Oh,
Okay, Pete, check your email. Cleric incoming.
All right.
Spent over half my money on plate and shield, so maybe I'm half-ass survivable. But somebody will have to feed me because I didn't have enough money for rations.
There you go.
I hear there's quite a bit
Oh.
of moss around, so I think you'll be okay.
All right. Let's see. There's one on Basil. 19. 2
Oh,
acid damage.
Nice.
Let's see. We've got
19.
19 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
How much acid damage?
2.
Okay.
Let's see. We've got a free one. And I've got Ethics, Felix to pick from. 1 to 3 ethics. 4 to 6 Felix. 4. It's going after Felix. 15.
Misses.
Just misses. All right, so that's on Felix. All right, the ever important initiative roll.
All right.
I got a 5.
Uh-oh.
I also got a 5.
Tie goes to you guys. You're up.
All right. I will return the blow to the skeleton
Yep.
that just tried to hit me.
Yep.
With another 15.
That's a hit.
And a 9.
Tell me how that one does.
So I just like bear down with all of my strength and like clatter through its shoulder and down through its rib cage, splitting its bones in 2.
All right. It's a puddle of bones and red slime. Okay. Who's next?
Basil can see if he can redeem himself.
Hell yeah.
And there's only one standing left, right? Because there's 4 that have been killed. There's 2 standing.
There's 3 dead now. There's 2 standing. 1 that took down Pilaf, and then 1 that was fighting you.
I'll take the one down. So I'll take to swing at the one that killed.
Well, there's
Pilaf.
one fight. There is one fighting you.
Oh, there's one fighting me. I'll fight back. Sorry, and I miss. I got a 2.
Ooh.
All right, Ethics, you gonna help your brother out here?
Yeah, I'm like, I go, I'll let my hands do the talking, brother, and then I go to swing at the one which is attacking Basil. All right, D20, here we go. 15.
Yep.
All right, I'll take it. D6. Bam. And we got another 5.
You can tell me how it dies.
And I from behind it, I go to like grapple its head, and then I pop it off. I'm like, oh. And then like the body just like collapses to the floor, and I'm got this head in my hand. I'm like, oh, and I just throw it away.
All right. Okay. Tanner, you're up. You come running into the room as you see that the members of the Thunderous Fury are involved in a fight with some red glowing skeletons. There's 1 left.
Okay.
Heroic miss incoming.
Okay.
Always the way.
All right. So what you guys see is you probably hear him first because he's in plate mail and got a shield. So you hear clank, 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 and this guy in plate mail waving a mace comes in. So 2 hit, I guess.
Yeah, give me an attack roll.
Or we roll an initiative.
No, you guys are on. It's no, you don't need to roll initiative. It's your go.
2 hit. Roll a 6. Obviously, I'm confused because I'm just joining this mess.
It is the heroic miss. It's always the way.
The heroic miss.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
How many people are still standing? I was rolling character instead of listening to the fight so much.
Only Pilaf has died
Correct.
so far.
Yep. So far, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I miss. I mean, that's what happened. I'm not going to blow a hustle on one until it's time to die.
So it's the only one there, so it returns the favor. Let's hope 15. Is that a hit?
Not on my AC. That's why I blew half my money on plate and shield. Thank you.
Nice.
So yeah, it tries to hit you. It fails. Just missing. It's initiative. I rolled a 2.
Let's see, Basil. Does your new character have any positive attributes for dexterity?
No, 7.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Basil.
Uh-oh.
That's a 4.
You guys are up first. 1 skeleton remains.
Basil's really gonna try to get one. You can't let Ethics get. Ethics and Felix both have 2 each, and not even get one. And maybe it's a 17.
Yeah, it's a hit.
All right. That's 3 damage.
It's still standing. You can describe how it's still standing.
No, I can do this. I can take care of this.
Why won't these skeletons die? Ugh.
I roll 12 plus 1 is 13. Does that hit?
Yep. You can tell me how it dies.
Okay. All righty. I rolled a mighty 3 on damage, but it's already been nicked. So
Yeah, it's dead. And it
So
crumples.
if it's a duel, if it's the double, do both people get to describe it, or do I get to describe it?
I'll let you describe it as
So I'll tell you what, Basil, what weapon were you wielding?
A pair of iron knuckles.
Okay. I know what happens. He gives it a mighty hook, right hook, jerks the head around, and I come right back opposite that with my mace and spin that head right off its spine.
All right.
Good teamwork.
And, there are now 5 piles of bones and red slime just sitting there.
You came down here fast. Did you ride in the catfish too? Assuming that we recognize this him from the Thunderous Fury. And
Yeah, you would have. You would have seen him on the ship. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I was so heavy the catfish had to make a second trip for me. That's why I'm behind you guys.
That makes sense.
It's the plate.
And then I look at the hole at the end of the hallway. I say, "How'd you fit through that?"
But you did remove the door.
Oh, we did. Oh, okay.
A fair question, though.
Yeah.
I'm glad you made it. Good job. You did a great job for using a pointed weapon.
Yeah.
I'm using a mace. It's not a pointed weapon. I'm a cleric. I can't spill blood, technically.
Basil was talking to Felix.
Okay.
Nice. One must improvise.
In the arm wrestling circuit, it's sort of cheating to use those sharp weapons, you know.
Are you clerics also? Are you clerics of a pugilist god? Is that why you brass knuckles?
It's just a disgrace to use anything sharp. Anything that should be beaten with blunt force trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not followers of God. Okay.
We're
Yeah.
followers of protein and hot mamas.
So
So like looking around for these skeletons that are they, I'm gonna check their bodies to see if they're carrying anything.
they had some kind of like chain armor or whatever. That's what was rattling, but it wasn't much of anything. And it sort of has dissolved into this pile. Same thing with their weapons. They were kind of broken swords that had dripping with this red slime. You see Pilaf's body just laying there, burned, and pieces of him.
Right.
The red slime has burned some of his body away, and like laying next to him is a card face down.
Yeah. Well,
To
sorry,
flip it
Claire.
over to find out.
Claire. Last rites time. So first of all, flip the card. I guess it's probably death, right? Or
So it is the death card. It shows a skeleton with its arms crossed, but in its mouth, between its teeth, is an acorn.
and I know this guy. Is a druid, right? So I sort of met him on the ship. Is that the backstory?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I will consign this humble soul to the afterlife. He gave his all for his comrades, even if he does worship a terrible deity. Yeah, he says that.
What deity do you worship?
I didn't move. I moved too fast to figure it out. I'll have to figure it out later.
Mhm.
It's just not whatever his deity was.
Yeah, I'm not worshiping the nature deity. Let's just assume that.
Well, I think the only deity worth worshiping is the blade, so
Basil just like froze his brows at you, but doesn't say
That's
anything.
a what?
Furrows his brows towards Felix, but doesn't say anything.
Well, I mean, I did give him credit for laying down his life for his comrades. I mean,
shall we burn the body?
Yeah, we should. Is there a place to burn it? Or
Is
means
that-
to burn it?
Does acid count as burning?
I'll start dragging into like one of the empty side room. Pilaf's body along with the 2 dead kobolds and stack them into a pile.
Well, one got disintegrated. You threw
Oh,
it.
right. Yes. Sorry.
So, Basil, Ethics, and Canner, give me wisdom rolls.
okay.
I made it. With 3.
Big fail.
Miss. Yes, declare it. Miss the wisdom roll.
Basil, you're watching, and you look over into the corner against the wall, and you find Pilaf's acorn.
Would Basil be aware? Because like Zophon knows about the acorns, but would there be word on the ship of like what the acorns do?
No, you just know that that was Pilaf's acorn.
Oh, Pilaf's. So Basil's gonna go pick it up. It's like maybe this will be useful.
Yeah,
And like
you could
throws
use
it
it like you could use it like one of the Percival rocks, but it's a Pilaf acorn.
it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna hit very hard because it's really light, but well, I'll bring it to Pajari and see what he knows about it. Those secrets rest with Pilaf now.
Good idea, brother. Then I'll help Felix stack the bodies or whatever.
Yeah. Once I get them stacked up in the room, I'll take one of the oil flasks that I have and like pour out the contents onto the pile of bodies and then light it up. And then leave the room unceremoniously.
Okay. All right. So there's smoke billowing out of the room. You notice ahead that the room that would seem to have that darkness in it has sort of lifted. It's now, as you pull, you shoot your lanterns down there, you can see a lot better than you could before.
Is that skeleton with the medallion still in there?
No, you don't
Or is
see him.
he? Okay.
You scan the room, you see two chairs. They look kind of old and rotted. Are in there, and like a small, I wouldn't say it's a chest, but a small box has been knocked over, and there looks to be gold and other things that have fallen out of it.
Basil walks up. Finally, this is what we came here for.
The tournament winnings. Nice.
You didn't even have to arm wrestle anyone.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of disappointing. But there's still more tournaments to go. So imagine we'd like go through and divvy it up equally and
Okay. So everybody give me a D10 roll.
10.
8.
Looking great.
8. Okay.
7.
All right. What'd you get, Russell?
8.
Oh, okay. 8. Oh.
Also an 8. Yes.
Go ahead, Nathan. Give me a D10 roll.
Me right now?
Yeah, you right now. Yeah.
Oh, okay. 10.
So you guys find 43 gold pieces.
Nice.
Each or total?
Total.
Well, should we give 3 back to the ship?
3 back to the ship.
Yeah. Split 10 between each of us and give 3 back to the ship.
43 is not divisible evenly by 4.
You can use that 3 gold for those beers that you said you're gonna get us, Felix.
All right.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
3 on the house.
3 gold. 3 gold worth a beer.
I like that idea. Hopefully it's better than the wood shaving beer. Although it kind of grows on you after a while.
What, the beer or the wood shaving?
Yes. Does it look like there's further? There's like we can keep going, or that they're.
So yeah, you enter this room. There's 2 chairs and a box, some kind of metal box that got knocked over, that had the gold in it. There are 2 doors in this room and a lever on the wall in the center, like against the wall between the 2 doors. And as you're looking around the room, you hear a noise. It sounds like some kind of wild, it sounds like a stag or some kind of animal down the hallway where you just left. And as you look down the hallway, you can see staring at you in the middle of the hallway is a centaur, a female, and she just kind of looks at you and she snorts a couple times and turns and runs off into like nothing, and like a poof of smoke, she is gone. Canner probably wouldn't have to roll. You know that the god Nashira usually appears as a centaur.
Does anyone know what to make of that?
Did it look disappointed or happy? Was it like a
I mean, I'm
snort?
the cleric. I'm the cleric. I should know the gods. What does that mean to me?
I mean, like she looked sort of indifferent, but it's said that she's supposed to carry the ones who worship her away when they die. And they usually they usually leave something behind. Something is usually left after they die.
Okay, after the people die.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but that would be the acorn, right? Or are you talking?
If you presumably, if you go and check the room.
Okay. Well, I'll tell the party that that's a god taking somebody away, but usually there's something left. So let's go check.
Right. Head back down the hall.
Yeah, you go back into the room and it looks, there's no ashes, no nothing. Everything it looks barren. And in the center of the room, also you see like scrapings like that a stag or a buck would leave in the room on the wall. And in the center of the room are 3 acorns.
Guess we all get an acorn then.
Okay, so I'm guessing, right, since we've already got 1, that's 1 each after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And Basil will take one of them, or take all of them, and then like hand them out to people.
And as I take it from your hand, I say, thank you, Earth Mama.
Not sure what I need this for, but whatever. Pocket it.
Okay. Whether you like them or not, you don't turn down stuff from God.
So as you walking back into that room, there are the 2 chairs and the box on the ground, and then the wall that the 2 chairs are on. There are 2 doors, the 2 wooden doors, and in the center between the 2 chairs is some kind of lever, and like cut into the stone looks like a face. The lever looks like would be the nose or something almost, because it looks like 2 eyes.
I look at Basil and I say, "Are you thinking what I'm thinking, brother?"
It's time to win the tournament.
And we pull the lever down.
At the same
Okay.
time.
The eyes begin to flash. If you are a non-chaotic character, you need to make a save versus spells.
Okay.
I
think
Success.
That's the number. Oh yeah.
Yep. Save versus spell.
Yes.
I definitely failed that one.
Okay, who failed? Basil?
I rolled a 2.
Ooh. Yikes.
Okay. So Nathan, did you roll up another character?
I'm rolling it right now. I'm
Okay.
just finishing up equipment.
Very good.
So,
Okay.
looks
Yeah,
like
we're
it's gonna be a
coming.
paladin.
Okay. So as
Are we matching his old equipment or not? Are we swiping his old equipment or not?
I sent it in chat.
yeah.
Like everything I had, like as far as actual items are concerned. So if you guys want to take it, go for it. If not, then all good.
Yeah, I rolled up
And then-
a character without much supply.
And then I had
so I'm
a quarterstaff, a club, and leather armor. Is all only other things I had.
okay. I'll swipe some of it since I rolled a character without much supplies. For
It's all good,
some
man.
strange reason, I prioritize survivability.
Yeah.
I'm gonna steal 2 of those oil flasks out of the 5.
I rolled really good on my my gold roll when I rolled that character. I'm telling you, that's why I had so much crap on there.
let's see.
Let's see.
Basil, give me a D6 roll.
One.
So as your brother pulls this lever, these eyes begin to like glow like indigo, like they begin to flash in all sorts of strange patterns. And you kind of turn and you hear like a weird, like a strange echoey laughing noise. And then you turn and you see Basil. His eyes flash the same kind of indigo pattern, and he raises his iron knuckles at you and says, there can only be one champion, and we can stop right there.
What?
Oh no.
Betrayed by your brother.
It was a spell of change alignment.
There could be only one. Okay. Okay.
Or who knows? It could be, it could be temporary. You could beat some sense into him.
That's how it usually works.
That's how we normally talk to each other.
Thanks for running, Pete.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for the invite. Super fun.
Good.
Do you want me to send over the information on this character and I'm finishing?
Yeah.
Okay.
The funny thing was
I'm
when
still calculating everything out.
Yeah, when you randomly rolled for your card, you actually got the death card.
That's funny.
It was meant to be, I guess.
It was definitely meant to be.
But in hindsight, I think even in Pilaf's death, he will have helped the party immensely with what he did.
Has learned. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
if Zofan
About
or
that.
Basil would hear the other Basil, it would be a different story.
So you get a +1 for a shield, and then you get a 16 just for plate mail. Do you? I can't imagine you would get any dex bonuses with plate mail. Right?
No, old school still calculates your dex bonuses even with plate mail.
No shit. Okay, I got a +2 in my dex, so
Oh,
Watch
Damn.
yeah, I rolled really
And
good
by
on
the
my
way,
stats.
the reason I know this is my character has a dex minus, and so instead of having a 17 AC, I've got a 16.
Okay,
But old
Gotcha.
school,
Yeah, so
Yeah,
your
my-
AC would be
Actually-
19.
right, and
damn.
I might forego I honestly might forego the plate meal and just go with like chain meal because it's so much cheaper. That's a 20 gold difference. I don't know, that's a tough one to think of. Because I do want some extra stuff on top of it, like maybe rations and whatnot. You know.
Okay. All right, cool. I'll calculate some XP. You even if your character dies, you still get XP carried over from the last time. So Canner has definitely got some XP coming to him if he can make it through the next session. Same with
okay.
Oh, I don't think I ever got told how much XP I've ever made in any of these games
he
yet.
does it all. Yeah, Peter does all the math. I think.
yeah. I will.
Saves us from doing it.
It kind of
Fair enough.
unless you get the second level, it sort of resets, but you will get some XP carried over to the next session. So,
Okay.
but hey, I appreciate it, guys. Hope to see you in 2 weeks so that we continue the adventure.
All right.
Right
Thanks,
on.
guys.
Have a good week.
All right.
All right.
Good
All right, take care.
Yeah.